The first day of a cruise always feels like the first page of a really good book, and for our Regal Princess cruise in February 2026, that story started just outside Galveston with a continental breakfast at the Quality Inn in Texas City. The Lone Star State did not disappoint. Check out these waffles. They're literally the size and shape of Texas. Fast forward to the port where we handed off our luggage to the porters along with a $5 tip for our 2 bags. Joe always takes a discreet photo of our bags as they're being loaded, and paired with the Apple AirTags we keep in each suitcase, it gives us a little extra peace of mind that we'll see them again soon. We chose to have our medallions shipped to us ahead of time for a $10 fee. That meant we got to use the Green Lane and avoid an extra 20-minute wait to pick them up at the port. Whether that's worth $10 is up to you, but for us, on Embarkation Day, time feels extra valuable. Security was the longest wait of the day, but honestly, it didn't feel too bad. Everyone was in a good mood, swapping cruise plans and counting down the minutes. And then came that almost magical moment, walking up the gangway, ready to step on board, only to stop, and wait, and shuffle forward slowly. You see, Princess scans each medallion as you board, which is great in theory, but on the Regal Princess, it created a bit of a bottleneck. So instead of a grand cinematic entrance, it was more of a slow, slightly awkward build-up. But once we stepped inside, wow. The piazza immediately sets the tone. Our last several cruises have been on Carnival, and the difference on Embarkation Day is very noticeable. Carnival feels like a full-on party. Princess feels like a jazz lounge. It's calmer, more refined, less spring break, and for us, that was a welcome change of pace. We found a quiet corner to capture some first impressions, which we break down in this video, then took care of the muster drill and made our way to the Lido deck for lunch. As expected, the Lido deck was packed. People, carry-ons, swimsuits, kids in the pool, it was all happening at once. Making it to the buffet area seemed like a lost cause, so we grabbed an empty table near the Trident Grill. Joe ordered us some food, we got one of those buzzer things, and waited. About 30 minutes later, the food arrived, and it was fine, but nothing to write home about. And honestly, we were still hungry, so we made a second stop at Prego's Pizzeria. Faster, tastier, and way less hassle. After that, we took some time to explore the ship, poking into lounges, the theater, and just getting the lay of the land. First impressions were strong overall. Around this time, we cast off from the pier and started heading out of the harbor. Naturally, we grabbed a spot along the railing to heckle the losers, cruisers, who had the misfortune to be sailing on a different ship than us. I got a kick out of this group of sightseers that showed up with giant rubber ducks attached to their cars to send us off. Eventually, we heard the announcement that our rooms were ready, and we headed down to check out our stateroom. We booked an interior cabin this time, and it was an adjustment. It has been over a year since our last interior, and we forgot how much you notice the lack of natural light. But we still had a great cruise. Next, swimsuit time. We had packed swimsuits in our carry-ons for exactly this reason. Earlier, we spotted 2 hot tubs on the upper Lido overlooking the main pool, and somehow they were empty. So we made a beeline for them, hoping to sneak in a little quiet time before the crowds caught on. And we were in luck. As it turned out, this was the only time all cruise we found any empty hot tubs. After our soak, we headed back to the room, changed, and found our luggage had already arrived. We unpacked and organized, then headed back out to explore and walked straight into one of the most fun surprises of the day. Our embarkation just happened to fall on Super Bowl Sunday, and Princess went all out. Inside the Princess Live Theater, they had a full tailgate party. Wings, jalapeno poppers, dumplings, the works. We stopped in just to check it out and ended up staying through halftime. At one point, the entire room stood up and sang the national anthem together, which was actually a really cool shared moment. They were showing the game up on the Lido deck too, with lounge chairs, blankets, and even a roped-off VIP section. It was a really long day, so by the time dinner rolled around, we were this close to skipping it. But we rallied and showed up about 15 minutes late, and our waitstaff could not have been more gracious about it. And in honor of the Super Bowl, dinner was a classic American barbecue menu. We wrapped up day 1 feeling excited, a little full, and very ready for everything the Regal Princess had in store. If you want to follow along for the rest of our cruise, consider joining our YouTube channel membership. We'll have the full journey compiled into a members-only playlist, and along the way we'll share what each day was really like, tips to help you plan your cruise days, and our take on everything the Regal Princess has to offer.